All right. How you doing today, Tanner?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have you had a couple classes today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They go pretty good.
No.
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 Well,
Calculus is hard.
calculus is already. I mean, the fact you're doing calculus is already way better than me. So, before we get to playing anything, let's just go ahead and warm up a little bit. So what I want you to do is we're going to play a low A. So 1, 2, 3, and then plus these two. And then what we're going to do is we're going to crescendo for 4 beats and then decrescendo for 4 beats, just so we can kind of warm up the instrument a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
So ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good. Just so we can get some air in the horn. And then before we start, can I just take a look at your barrel real quick? That's good. Let's just go ahead and pull out just a little bit, just because usually a little sharp. But yeah, good. So we were gonna look at rows 25 today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel comfortable just playing like the first line or so?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
How fast should I go?
Whatever you feel comfortable doing. It says andante, so like about like somewhere like that, nice and slow.
Okay.
So just go ahead and fire away whenever you're ready. Feel comfortable,
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, not bad. Before we kind of get into it a little bit, how good would you say your read is? Is it like a pretty decent read?
I opened it today.
You opened it today? Okay. Not bad. I mean, for a read that you just opened up doesn't sound half bad.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get it pretty wet before, and does it feel dry at all?
No, it's not dry.
It sounds like it's pretty good and wet to me. So the first thing I want to talk about with you today, just kind of like basics of playing clarinet, is our air support, right? So whenever we're playing clarinet, let's just go ahead and sit a little bit further on the seat, like so. You have feet both flat on the ground, and then when we're playing clarinet, it takes a lot of air to get like a good sound out of it. Even when we're playing soft, and in this passage it is piano, so we're playing soft here, but we still require a lot of air. And when I say a lot of air, people sometimes kind of think, oh, that means louder. A lot of air just means you have a lot of air stored up. You always want to have a lot of air stored up when you're playing. So just for a second, just kind of breathe naturally. Just like take a big breath and ready, and just kind of let it out. And when we're playing, we want to think about using our stomach a lot. Sometimes when people play, their shoulders kind of tense up, like when they breathe, like they feel like it's like, like that. But when we're breathing, we don't want to do that. We just kind of want to think about your stomach and just kind of flex it out almost. So let's try that again. Let's take a big breath in, go. We're thinking about our stomach. When you're playing, you don't need abs. Just like let your gut kind of come out a little bit. No flexing for the ladies in here, right? So let's go ahead and I'll play with you this time. Let's start at the top and just kind of thinking about air pressure and just keeping a straight stream of air going the whole time. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about me. I'm just a little out of tune today. But yeah, did that feel any better to you that time?
I played B flat instead of B natural.
Oh, that's okay. Wrong notes. The funny thing I noticed is like whenever we're working on like a new thing, everything else that we were paying attention to just kind of goes out the window.
Yeah.
It's hard to focus on two things at once. But yeah, no, I thought that was definitely better. the other thing with this is there's like a little bit of a jump in the beginning. You go from C to that G. So we're crossing that break a little bit, which like to your brain is thinking like, oh, I need like different air. The other thing I want to talk to you about today is not compensating based on like what note you're playing. So just because C is kind of in like that different register than the G, you don't want to use different air. So just as an exercise, go ahead and play just the C and the G, right? So go ahead and just hold out that C, and then go down to the G, yep, and then back up to the C, yep. So, and then did you feel like a little bit of a resistance between the two notes when you were switching at all?
When I was going back up to the C.
When you okay, yeah. So and when we go back to the G, we go to an even higher note, right? So here, I'll play real quick. And when we play, we realistically shouldn't get any like that little sound between everything. So it should sound like this. Up. So I played an E natural instead of an E flat, but it's okay. We won't worry about that. But yeah. So did you kind of like understand what I was trying to go for there?
Yeah.
You want to try it again?
Sure.
Okay. And then just thinking, instead of like thinking, just think of, so I would almost like explain it like this. So you're going down to a note, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of thinking in vertical motion, like thinking like, oh, I'm going down to a G, think of this measure as like a straight line going like horizontally. You know,
okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So like think of the measure as like, you're pushing through those notes and you're not worrying about which direction you're going, you're worried about like finishing out the measure. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Did my hand motion throw you off?
No, the C just didn't come out.
Oh, did it not come
For
out?
a second, so it threw me off.
You know how to fix that, right?
And there's 6 beats in the measure.
You know how to fix the note not coming out?
Air support.
Yes, more air. And actually, you know what? Forget the piano. Don't even think of it there.
Okay.
Just ignore the piano. Play like, just don't even think it like for now. Just for learning purposes, don't even think about the hand marking. Just like worry about the consistency of the notes.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. I thought that was better.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that we kind of got like going up and down a little bit better, the other thing that I would say is when you started the C, it was kind of like, you know, it kind of like bang, you know, like kind of snuck in. When you're playing that C, are you articulating it? Like, are you playing? In other words, are you tonguing it when you come in?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that's another thing we can talk about actually. With a lyrical passage like this, when you're coming in, articulating kind of like it's harder to come in delicately when you're articulating. So it's different than. Did you hear the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So when let's try that again, and I'll play with you. We'll play that first measure, and when we come in with that C, let's just go ahead and just like your tongue, forget about that for the first note, and just go.
Okay.
Kind of like, kind of like Darth Vader, you know, like just kind of like that.
Okay.
All right, let's try that. Let's try that this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. No, I thought. Did that feel better at all to you?
Yeah. There was something with my
Oh.
publisher.
Oh, okay. That's.
Yeah, it was my fault.
No, that's okay. How about, I couldn't really hear all that time. How about you try it just by yourself real quick?
Okay.
Just thinking about, just kind of like warm, warm air. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, that was good. That sounded a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
like from when you played it the first time and when you played it just now, like night and day, really good. Yes.